Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and take a look at the absolute most relentless engine inside the human body. We are talking about a muscle that is working for you right now, this very second, yet we honestly rarely give its mechanics the credit they truly deserve.
Think about your daily routine for a second. Waking up, moving around, processing your meals, stressing over work, laughing with friends, and eventually going to sleep. Through every single one of those shifts in your metabolic demand, there is one organ continuously adapting your blood flow without a single conscious command from you. The heart is this remarkably dense muscle sitting right in your chest, and it's driven by its very own internal electrical system. You don't set an alarm for it to wake up. It's powered by a specialized cluster of cells acting as a natural pacemaker, contracting flawlessly, day and night, and generating enough pressure to circulate blood through your entire body. But we aren't just talking about simple plumbing here. The heart literally pushes blood through thousands of miles of complex vascular networks. It ensures oxygen and vital nutrients actually reach your cells for cellular respiration. I mean, your brain requires massive oxygen loads just to think, right? Your muscles demand it to fire. And your heart is the central pump keeping this incredibly delicate delivery system pressurized and active. Section 1. The couch potato problem. Meet Sam. So Sam represents the classic trap of the modern lifestyle, spending the entire day sitting, staring at screens, and barely moving. Internally, his heart is practically begging for a spike in activity, because without movement to help push blood back up from the legs, the heart has to work so much harder just to maintain baseline circulation. But of course, Sam puts it off until later, and we all know that later rarely actually comes. This is exactly where intentional movement becomes basic biological maintenance. You really don't need a grueling gym session to make a massive difference. Simple, consistent activities, like walking, biking, or even just swimming, force the heart muscle to stretch and contract more forcefully. Over time, this actually increases your heart's stroke volume. That means it can pump more blood with less effort, which drastically improves your overall cardiovascular efficiency. Section 2. Fueling your body right. The arrival of junk food. When our diets become dominated by ultra-processed foods, sugars, and trans fats, it directly impacts our vascular health. It contributes to plaque buildup and arterial stiffness. But the heart knows the truth here. Occasional treats are totally fine. Your baseline, however, really needs to be built on whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Those are what provide the antioxidants and fiber absolutely necessary to keep your blood vessels clear and flexible. I absolutely love this idea because it focuses on realism over perfection. You don't ruin your heart with one burger, just like you don't fix it with one salad. The physiological goal is metabolic consistency. It's all about building long-term dietary habits that support your cardiovascular system day in and day out. Section 3. The power of proper rest. The 2 a.m. video binge. We've all been there, right? Sam constantly sacrifices sleep to endlessly scroll online, and then wakes up totally exhausted. But sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It is a critical cardiovascular function. During deep sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure actually drop, which gives your blood vessels a much-needed break. Chronically skipping this recovery phase keeps your body in a state of high alert, drastically increasing the long-term strain on your heart. Moving on to Section 4. Managing stress and habits when life gets heavy. Modern life throws just endless stressors at us, keeping our bodies flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. This chronic fight-or-flight state, it basically forces the heart to beat faster and harder for no physical reason at all. Breaking this cycle requires active downregulation. Doing simple things like taking a walk, deep breathing, or just unplugging from screens literally signals your autonomic nervous system to stand down, instantly taking that physical load off your heart. And we really can't talk about habits without addressing the most destructive one of all: smoking. Smoking actively damages the lining of your arteries. It forces your heart to work overtime by replacing the oxygen in your blood with carbon monoxide. Quitting is literally the single most massive step a person can take for their cardiovascular health, and relying on medical professionals to help navigate that process is for sure a proven path to success. Finally, Section 5. Working for your heart, the ultimate teamwork. The big realization is that cardiovascular health isn't about isolated bursts of effort. It's a true 24-hour partnership. Your heart doesn't just clock in during a workout. It continuously adapts its rhythm while you commute in the morning, while you process stress in the afternoon, and while you recover at night. It is a relentless, autonomous engine that literally never gets a day off. Because of that relentless effort, supporting your heart really comes down to the compounding interest of small daily choices. Move regularly to maintain your efficiency. Eat nutrient-dense foods to keep those vessels clear. Prioritize your sleep to allow for autonomic recovery. Manage your stress, ditch the cigarettes, and get your regular checkups. Honestly, these aren't just tips. They're the biological maintenance manual for your body's most vital organ. The human heart is the ultimate foundation of your physiology. It adapts to every single choice you make, working tirelessly for you day in and day out without ever asking for a break. So as you go about the rest of your day, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Your heart never stops working for you, but are you working for your heart? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.